Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thanks for clicking. Today's tutorial is going to be quite simple. I'll be giving you a beginner friendly tutorial of this lovely AirPods case, which is multi-purpose. It can also serve as a key holder, so enjoy. For this AirPods Pro case, you need the following items: glue and gun, stitch markers, pair of scissors, 2.0mm hook, cotton thread, and AirPods Pro. This AirPods Pro case is strictly made with single crochet stitches. So the first step is to pick your cotton thread. Mine is a little bit thinner and I'm going to make a slip knot. Follow the direction of how I made a slip knot to make yours and you can replay this section. To begin, insert your hook into the slip knot created and then we are going to make your very first chain. Please chain a total of 12 for the base of the AirPods Pro. The chain stitch is the basics for every beginner, so wrap the yarn around the hook and pull through the knot as seen and follow this pattern till you have 12 chains. After your 12 chains, prepare to make a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Locate the second chain from the hook and insert your hook inside and pull through. You must have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all 2 loops. That is a single crochet, and you are going to repeat the same single crochet in the next 3 stitches. However, place a stitch marker on the very first single crochet you made. Move to the next chain and single crochet. We have 2 so far. Move to the next single crochet. We have 3 so far. Move to the next and single crochet. To create the space for the AirPods Pro where the charger is going to go through, you are going to chain a total of 4. Skip the next 4 stitches and single crochet into the 5th chain. Now move to the next stitch and single crochet. And for the last chain, we are going to place a single crochet. However, we are going to do an increase in the same chain. To do the increase, we are going to place a total of 2 additional single crochets in the same exact stitch. This will create an increase that will turn over the work to the opposite side where we'll be working the rest of our stitches. For the next row, we are going to place 1 single crochet in the next 9 stitches across the opposite side. Realize that 1 single crochet in the next 9 stitches leads you to the last but 1 stitch where you are going to make an increase. We are going to put a total of 2 single crochet in the next stitch to make an increase, and make sure you cut off excess yarn and then make your increase. And then in the very same space where we place the stitch marker, we are going to put a total of 2 single crochets as well. So remove your stitch marker swiftly and place a total of 2 single crochets in the same exact space. Now follow along swiftly and place 1 single crochet in the next 10 stitches. Getting to the opposite side, which is that point, you are going to make an increase. So you are going to place 2 single crochet in the next stitch and then move to the following stitch and place 2 single crochet there as well. This will actually give the case a curve in which we'll be working with for the rest of the rows. For the next section, you are going to place 1 single crochet in the next 11 stitches. This brings you to the last but 1 stitch where you are going to make an increase of 2 single crochet, and then you remove your stitch marker and place a total of 2 single crochet as well. Move along swiftly with 1 single crochet in the next 12 stitches till you hit the opposite direction. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to place 2 stitch markers directly on the opposite side of the AirPod case, facing directly towards the red stitch marker, so that I'll know exactly where to increase. So I'm going to single crochet in the next 12 stitches, and when I get to the first stitch marker, I'm just going to pull it off and make my total of 2 single crochet in the same exact stitch, which will be my first increase, and then move directly to the next single crochet and place a total of 2 single crochet as well. Afterwards, you are going to repeat your pattern by placing 1 single crochet in the next 12 stitches till you hit your red stitch marker, and I'll meet you there. Okay, here we are. This is the last but one stitch before the stitch marker. This time we are going to end our increase, so we are going to place one single crochet in each stitch. After removing the stitch marker, there is no increase, and that would be the pattern. Okay, I just prefer to place my stitch marker even though there will be no increase, so that I know exactly where I began this AirPod case. So the rest of the rows are going to be simple rows of no increase, just single crochet stitches all around. And yes, you can see that the flat surface is done. So I like to make my AirPod case very tight so that it will hold it firmly nicely. And since I'm using single crochet stitches, it's it's more neater. So yes, I'm just going to do this all around with my yarn, and I'll give you the information of the number of rows I made. Here we have it, the number of rows right on your screen. This is going to be my last row as I demonstrate to you how I slip stitch and cut off the yarn. So I'm just going to single crochet all along to the opposite side of where the stitch marker is placed, and then I'm just going to single crochet till I'm in the middle section of the opposite side. So that's my last slip stitch. I'm going to chain one and cut off and weave in the excess yarns. So this is me fitting in my AirPods Pro in the case to make sure it's fitting perfectly, and as you can see, it's well fitted, and I love how the stitches came out. And yeah, the next process is to work on the cover for the case, and that is quite simple. But first, I'm going to just weave in the yarns to make sure everything is neat and nice and tucked underneath. And I'm just going to cut off the excess yarns after weaving in, and then we'll be working on the cover. To work on the cover for the AirPod Pro case, we are going to make a slip knot just like how we did for the first section. Insert your hook inside the slip knot and chain 12 as we did similarly. So wrap the yarn around the hook and pull through the loop left on the hook, and we are going to repeat this till you have 12 chains. Afterwards, you are going to insert your hook into the second chain space, pull through. When you have 2 loops on the hook, a yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Move to the next and single crochet. So you realize that we have 2 single crochets so far, and you are going to single crochet in the next 8 stitches afterwards, making a total of 10 with the 2 in addition. So single crochet till you hit the 10th chain, and we are going to do our next increase. Ten single crochet done, and we are left with our last chain space where we are going to do our increase. So insert 3 single crochet in the last chain space to make our increase, which will help us turn around in the opposite direction. However, I like to place a stitch marker in the stitches in order to know exactly where I increased. Turn around and place 1 single crochet in the next 9 stitches. If you have already noticed, I make sure I crochet over the strands when I'm making my single crochet so that I do not have to weave in the extra yarns. And make sure you snip off the ends when necessary. So now for the last stitch or the next stitch, we are going to place a total of 3 single crochets. This will serve as an increase to enable us turn around and work our stitches. A quick review of how this flat surface is looking so far, and I'm liking it. Follow pattern along swiftly and place 1 single crochet in the next 10 stitches. Now we are at the portion where we did our increase, so we are going to place 3 single crochet in the same exact stitch to make an increase for this row as well. Now follow along with 1 single crochet in the next 11 stitches till you meet the next stitch marker. Now we are at where the stitch marker has been placed, and we are going to place a total of 3 single crochet in the same stitch, just as we did for the opposite side. Afterwards, you are going to follow along swiftly by placing 1 single crochet all around, and till you get to the opposite stitch marker. This time we are not going to do any increase section because I love how the flat surface is. So I'm just going to single crochet all around, this time no increase. So there's no need for you to put back the stitch marker, but you can still put it to keep track. However, I left the stitch marker for the other direction because I want to keep track of the very first section where I made my very first single crochet. So follow along swiftly all around, no increase, quite easy, and single crochet all around. The number of rows I did at this point will be on your screen for reference. Okay, so this is the number of rows I made, and I'm quite optimistic that yours should turn out the same. However, I want to demonstrate my last row for you to see. So what I did was that you can see that I kept one stitch marker, which is the very first stitch I made, and I've been keeping that in track. However, the reason why I'm doing this is because when I single crochet, I'm going to slip stitch at the opposite side. So what I'm doing is that I'm going to single crochet all around till I get to the opposite side where the red stitch marker is supposed to be. Okay, so that is where I'm going to cut off and end my work. So swiftly single crochet till you get to the middle section of the opposite side, and then this is how your work should look. It should be leveled up completely, and then you are going to just grab and insert your hook into the next stitch and slip stitch, chain one, pull off your yarn and cut with a pair of scissors, and then you are going to weave in the yarns later. But however, we are going to work on the attachment. Okay, as you can see, I'm stretching it. You can see that my stitches were tight, so it became a little bit small. However, as I said, this yarn is a little bit stretchy, and I love how the feel is. So a little bit stretch will get it in form, and then I'm just placing the stitch marker at the right places where I'm going to attach, because you need to leave a space for the opening. Okay, so I just threaded my darning needle, and I'm going to sew exactly at where I placed the stitch marker. This sewing technique includes just a whip stitch back and forth, nothing complicated here. I'm just joining it with my darning needle, and the place I'm actually sewing together is to make sure that opening it will be easier, but you can extend it a little bit beside. Okay, but you should sew it in such a way that when you are opening your AirPod case, it will be easy. And then I'm going to add this love pendant on it to give it the exclusive look that made you click this video. Yes, I love adding these metallic details to my AirPod case because it gives it a different look. Okay, but attaching it you can use a darning needle to attach, and or use glue gun. Okay, that's the work of the glue gun, to just fix it right on it instead of sewing, since I'm very quite lazy when it comes to sewing. So that's what I did. I used my glue gun to just fix it easily, and then I'm going to fix this love rose detail on the side, and then I fixed my key holder string, and that is how it came out. Okay, I love the outcome. It was quite easy. This is not complicated. This is very beginner friendly, and this is multi-purpose. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please do so and share to others. I will see you in the next video. Bye.